Extreme Festival. Car Care Clinic Superhatch time, and 33 cars coming out to do battle. This is a big field and lots of competitive drivers, with 7 new drivers joining the ranks here at Superhatch. A couple of youngsters stepping up from karting and into very competitive and extremely exciting racing here with Superhatch. As they get ready to go now, it's a big family affair in Superhatch, but when the flag drops, the lights go out. Everything in terms of the family affair turns into epic racing. Problems for Danhauser. He's pulled to the sideline right from the word go. Andre Danhauser with an issue as the lights are about to go out. We go on board here with Natim Msimanga a little bit further back in the Class C field and coming across. Oh, what a start. SBK Eyewear's Mark Giltro. I believe he's giving everybody a set of sunglasses at the next round.
That's exactly what he's going to do. It's going to cost him a fortune, but that's not our problem. Jonathan du Toit at the front end of this field. All the cars. Someone's got to give it up. Massive Union Jack on a Peugeot.
Yeah, that's the armed forces of NATO with Nick Martin behind the wheel as they head into turn 2. Back on board with Nati a little bit further back here. This is how things go in Superhatch. It gets this real right from the word go. Class A, B, and C going in. In fact, we've got 2 Class D competitors as well. That's the amount of effort that the crew behind Superhatch has put in just before this first round.
Oh, getting all kinds of lit up there was Coral Stoltz in the PTA Noord car, just with Andre De Lange there. And just ahead of them, moving up into Class A, is last year's champion Louis Scholz. So watch out for car number 1. He comes through the shot there. You see a lot of drivers coming through, trying to jostle for those all-important positions. It's going to be a long, hard championship going into this year.
Fantastic start to this championship as well. Zane van Zyl diving on the inside, looking for a way through. Didn't quite get there, but definitely putting the pressure on right from the word go. And van Zyl fighting hard there for honours in Class B. Nick Martin just ahead of him though, so he's got a bit of work to do as they come down into Compendium Insurance Corner. It's the 2 Hondas as per usual. Garland leading out ahead of du Toit.
A little bit further behind this leading group, Nick Martin, Zane van Zyl and Matt Cohen going for Class B honours. So good guys going on there. And just behind them in Class C, Robert Stoltz and Juan van Volt in the DeLorean. I don't think that is a DeLorean car that he is in.
He's going to go back to the future, that's for sure. But right on their tails, Jacques Van der Zee in arguably the fastest hairdresser's car in the world. 65 and probably with a problem. That's a big issue there for Trevor Stringer. He's had some big issues the entire weekend. Look at Bryce Pilato starting to apply the pressure. Oh, he's out of shape there. That's the way to do it. The Volkswagen Driving Academy man, of course, winning out the Volkswagen Driver Search last year. And a change up for the lead as du Toit dives on the inside of Garland. We're talking about a man who's just made it into the first round. These guys have been going at it for the last 4 or 5 seasons, and they're still side by side down towards turn 8.
Man, these guys get given 4 wheels and they spend most of their time only on 3. Garland back on the inside. Is he going to make it stick? Side by side coming across the line. If this was a photo finish to the line, that would be so close between those. It is Garland who just edges it, but du Toit is not holding up on the dirt, flat out stuff. But it is Garland that's got the optimum line there. Now can du Toit fight back going into turn 2?
Oh, they go on the inside. That's exactly what he needs to do. Compromises the drive ever so slightly. There we see a bit further back the 69 car of Sean Smith. That's the Ronex coming out of Pretoria Noord. And looks like he might be making an eventual left there at some point. Oh, big issues here down in Class B now all of a sudden. There you go. It is all about Matt Cohen having a big dive on the inside there of Zane van Zyl. Van Zyl just shut the door. Then we go back to Class C. The 61 car there of Mark Giltro starting to make his way to the front end. Not too far off the front end, in fact, of the first 4 cars. Voto with a big issue. Oh, the Dragon has just opened up its mouth and is fire breathing out of that bonnet. It just unfortunately couldn't keep the heat and the bonnet popped open.
Oh, speaking of fire breathing, Jonathan du Toit just shoves it on the inside of Garland. Ran a little bit wide. There was no traction on the dirty stuff on the outside of the track. That allowed du Toit to make the move, and looks like he's going to try and extend that lead now. Coming into the final stage of the race, only a couple of corners left. You can hear those tires squealing all over the show as they beg for traction. But Jonathan du Toit, what a time to make the move. Garland with a little bit of a mistake in turn number 4. Then he's allowed du Toit to make the move, and he's going to hold on to it to the line.
Now, good move there from Carl Force just to move out the way. The rookie driver seeing the 2 quicker cars come through. He dives out the way. Nick Martin looking for Class B honours here in the NATO Forces machine as he comes down here. Super run there in that RDG Peugeot as he comes to take first place in Class B. He'll beat out Zane van Zyl and Matt Cohen right on his tail there for 3rd place.
Here's Class C. Stoltz has got it comfortably, but he has a move on the inside there from Jacques Van der Zee on the inside of Van der Volt. Unable to make it stick, so top 3 honours going to go to Stoltz there. Van der Volt does look like he's going to hold on to 2nd. Yes, just ahead of Van der Zee there in 3rd.
Van der Zee and Van der W there going through there for 2nd and 3rd place. But overall results there going to Jonathan du Toit beating out Brett Garland and Tyler Scott in Class B. It was Nick Martin ahead of Zane van Zyl and Matt Cohen. Stoltz taking it ahead of Van der Volt for Class C. Let's catch up with Natim Msimanga and Rio Baka Kamani from Squadra Corsa.
It was hectic. I won't lie. The race start was amazing, but the car didn't agree with me on turn 2 to get into gear 2. So only halfway through the race, it started agreeing, and I started picking up pace afterwards.
Not so good. The start, my car barked because it's turbo engine and it's automatic. So when I let go, the car just barked, and I lost 3 positions to like the second corner. And then my times were slow, like towards the beginning of the race, and only towards the end where it actually started getting faster and faster.
But yeah, happy that the car's still good from last year. We haven't touched it. It looks like there's a bit of an oil problem, but we're going to get it sorted for the next one.
A little bit of work to be done on a few of the cars as they get ready now for race number 2 for the Car Care Clinic Superhatch. Great to see all the youngsters and the new drivers getting around with no issues, but there were definitely issues in that mid-pack, and I think we're going to be seeing a lot more now for race number 2. A lot of guys jumping in to assist the youngsters, assist the new guys. That's what's really cool about the Superhatch category, is that when there are issues on cars, every man, it's not every man for himself, every man gets helped out by all the friends around to get them onto the grid now for race 2. Lights out. Oh, big smoke coming out of the cadets as it heads off. And we go on board here with Jonathan DeToy. Remember, it's an inverted grid now for the first 5 cars. Zwartkops leads out. De Lange with a much better start there in second place. And it looks like the Autobahn car there of Garland trying to outgun Tyler Scott into turn 2.
Yeah, Garland's on the outside line, so he might get caught out just a little bit on the inside there from the likes of Jonathan DeToy and Scott. A little bit further back here comes Class B. Nick Martin right in the mix there as well with Wouter Roos. Good to see Wouter back and got that car all sorted out.
Sean Smith nearly had a big moment in turn 2 there, just getting out of shape in the Pretoria Noord Toyota Runex. We're on board across the line there with Wouter Roos and down that back straightaway. And now up into Volkswagen corner, the 2 Hondas side by side again. DeToy on the inside, looking for a way through. He's got the better line. Tyler Scott might not play the game here, and it's going to give, yes, I thought so, a little bit of advantage to DeToy as he came up into turn 5 and tucks in behind Tyler Scott. Garland has to try and go around the outside. The 3 Hondas now almost right there. You can see Louis Scholz closing in ever so slightly on the back end of those other 2, and the 3 of them going to try and fight it out with the leading cars at the moment. Leading car is De Lange in the Audi. He's ahead of Tyler Scott in the Opel Kadett.
Yeah, Garland must just sit there now but behind DeToy, because the more they battle, the more De Lange just gets out at the front of this field. So might as well just sit in that rhythm, get comfortable, make the moves that they need to make, and charge out in the final stages of this race, because trying to battle for it now is not going to do any driver any good. They're going to try and line up a move on the inside. You have Scott, DeToy going, but Scott going very defensive, not giving him any room. Oh, it's so close going through there, but he makes the move stick. And Garland, ever the opportunist, trying to make the move on the inside.
And go with DeToy as he opens up that door. They're 3 by 3 going through turn 3. That'll usually end up in tears. Back on board with Wouter as we go into turn 4, Volkswagen corner. And look at Nick Martin just ahead of him there. This is the battle for Class B honours, remember. And it looks like Nathan's Motorsport have got that Polo all sorted out. Now the bonnet is firmly down. It's not going to pop up, and he's going to try and overtake. Under braking as they get up to turn 5. Oh, great onboard stuff here from Wouter as we see the maneuver, and just coming through there. Oh, Malspur and Wouter going at it now with Nick Martin. Class B is up for grabs.
Now, Malspur did not want to give that position up. She was riding around the outside there of Nick Martin. And this is the battle for second and third place in Class B with Matt Cohen just ahead of him there at the moment.
De Lange's got a problem, Rob. So to jump in there, he's slowing up dramatically as they go through turn number 1. You can see losing the lead and pulling to the sideline
that's bad
in
luck.
that Roof Specials machine. The 2 Hondas now going to try and fight it out for the lead. It's going to be a battle of Autobahn versus Trans-Africa Racing as they come out of turn number 2. Heading into the back markers. This could change things up. Matt Cohen still leading out in Class B, but look at that. Nick Martin is right there as well as they go around one of the Passats there. That is Nolan Fleetwood, another new man in Class D. In fact, I think he's leading Class D. No, Christian Gerson is leading Class D at this stage ahead of Fleetwood as they came out of turn 2.
This is the battle for Class C honours. Jacques van der See, Freddie Watkins and Mark Giltro right up in there for podium contention. A brilliant drive from the SPK Airway man, but coming to the line, beautiful shot with the sun setting. It's going to be Jonathan DeToy, a double win on the day.
Garland through for second place, right on his tail. A little bit further back there was Tyler Scott. He had a little bit of issues with the traffic, but now we go back to Class B. Back on board with Wouter as they head to the top of the hill. Look at Matt Cohen. They are fighting hard here. Cohen trying to just maintain and see if he can make a plan here. But you can see coming under braking to the top of the hill. Oh, big pressure, and he's run wide. He tried to go around the outside of Nick Martin, puts it into the kitty litter. Those Dunlop tyres gripping big time as he comes back onto the circuit. And that's gifted Malspur, I think, a third place there.
Yeah, big problem. You can see all that gravel coming off there, but it is going to be the Union Jack. If the Queen could see that on that Peugeot, she will stand up on her throne and throw her toys out the cot. But he's going to be a double winner on the day. Just behind him, Wouter Roos. Good recovery drive there. And Malspur on the podium in third.
Great effort here from Van der Zee to hang on to the front end of Class C as well. He's got Freddie Watkins just behind him, and Robert Stoltz has just squeezed through and put Giltro down into 4th place. That's how they're going to cross the line for Class C honours here in the Car Care Clinic Superhatch. Class D went to Christian Gerson, and he beat out Nolan Fleetwood in the Volkswagen Passat for Class D honours. Official results though for Class A, it's Jonathan du Toit ahead of Brett Garland and Tyler Scott. Class B, Nick Martin beat out a great drive from Wouter Roos and Mal Spur, and C's went to Van der Zee, Watkins and Stoltz.
Let's go down then to pit lane and catch up with the overall winners in the Car Care Clinic Superhatch class.
Fantastic day, a great debut for the Rex Different Gearbox Victoria Peugeot. Been a fantastic day, qualified second and we managed to win both races.
Yeah, good. Had a good start, 2 wins and fastest lap in qualifying, so maximum points for the day. I must say though, last year I thought I had a little bit on Brett. This year I definitely have nothing. So it's going to be a long, hard season. And Andre De Lange in that second race was quite difficult to catch, so he's also going to be in there in the fight.
No, I can't. We're going to have to take a look. I was getting a bit of high temperatures on the car and that, so no excuse. Jono won me fair and square, but beat me fair and square. But yeah, well, I've got homework to do to be able to stay in front of Jono.
Certainly hope the crowds and everybody out there in TV land enjoyed all the action here from Zwartkops. Join us next week for the next edition as we pick up on action from the Monomart Volkswagen Challenge and the Bridgestone Superbikes. All this Extreme Festival action is proudly brought to you by Mobile One, Car Care Clinic, and SKF.